And here we go, folks. This is live. It is the CEVO Battlefield 4 Season 4 tournament. I am your host, Mess, and this is Alliance versus M1crobios, or the Microbes. Best of 3 on Zavod 311. We thank you for tuning in. We're going to see the breakout here. We're getting Microbes on the Russian side, and we've got Alliance on the U.S. side. We're probably going to see Alliance make a quick push onto the C flag, and then maybe one actually. No, I was going to say maybe one go to A, but I actually think they're probably going to send a split to C to B. Meanwhile, the onus is on the Russian side because A is kind of far away. It's an easy take for them, but they have to make a decision whether they want to kind of flank around and try to take the C flag or if they want to make a heavy push to B. I've seen both in previous matchups, so it'll be interesting to see what these guys do. Again, Microbes, an unknown on the BF4 circuit, at least in my mind. I have not seen them. They are a South American team, but I do know South Americans bring the heat. Meanwhile, Alliance has risen to the top level of the North American community and looking to prove that they belong there. As both teams are undefeated, winner will be in the lead in their group, moving towards the end of the group stages and into the playoffs. And we see the breakout. It's 2 from the Microbes go to A, 3 head to B, and it looks like they are going to make a go of it at the Bravo flag. We're watching from Ann's perspective. He's coming through the weeds. He's looking to slow play it. B has been taken under control by the Microbes, but he is taken down from behind by Killa. And Killa gets the 2-piece, puts down General TR as well. Nice job by Killa to retake the Bravo flag, and it looks like we could see an early triple cap here from the Alliance as Loster is over on the A flag all on his lonesome. We're going to see a quick push from the Microbes to try to retake the flag, but Loster is there to put down one, and getting some reinforcements from his teammate. Gets a second kill on Unknown. Some nice cleanup by the Alliance on the Alpha flag, but ultimately all of the spawns on the backside going to allow the Microbes to push in and hopefully take this flag back. We're watching from Scarface, staying prone. It looks like he might be the only one left on his flag. Now he's got one teammate. Nades are out. Finally, they do take control of A, and Alliance being supremely aggressive. They're leaving one man on each flag while the rest are staying pushed. We've got Loster and Grub in the center. It looks like Loster does go down. Grub going to get the revive, on his teammate. And look at Sale actually playing uber flank, coming through the cellar there at Lockers, looking for a potential flank on yellow dark stairs, but not looking like anyone's going to bite there. And we are seeing Microbes finally pushing out towards the B flag, which is only held by Theory, all on his lonesome. He sees 2 rushing him, and he is taken out from behind. J-Grub, his teammate, trying to reinforce him, is unable to do so, and it looks like B is going to be wide open for the Microbes to take control of, and it looks like they do have one back on the A flag and a calculated spawn by Alliance to immediately get on Alpha. They are going to neutralize that with the quickness and take it from the Microbes. Ooh, a squad assist of 100. That's got to hurt. As we see Theory taking down Scarface at Rubble. B and C going under control of the Microbes. It's 229 to 205, roughly a 20-ticket lead for the Alliance. A good start for them. But we do see Microbes setting up for a BC hold, although they've got a bit of an opening here in the center. Let's watch from Unknown. He knows at least one is outside. He's got a nade in his face. Waits for it to blow, but does take some damage. It's a bit of a mistake on his part, but he is able to pick up Theory with the Scar H. A nice kill there. He gets the res on his teammate. Good play. Good hold. He's got a nade right on his pants, but is still able to take down J-Grub. Very nice job there. Unknown finally taken down. But Theory getting some payback for his team. Oh, he can't follow it up with the shorty kill, and Killa holding fast on the A flag. Looked like Alliance with the massive spawn. Or excuse me, that was the C flag. It is a CA hold here. But look at Sale on his lone on Bravo. He's going to take that while it looks like the Microbes are kind of split up. Kind of caught split here trying to take the C flag, and they lost A. But it does look like And is going to pick up a kill over on C. Going to be able to take control of it, but he knows one. Oh, there's one in the cellar. It's Theory. The hip fire AK right in the face of Theory. Well played. But he is finally taken out in the cellar of C, and it's a massive spawn from Alliance on the flag. They retake control, and of course Sale looks like he's playing solo on the B flag. That's his job thus far. Slow spawns from Microbes. It looks like they're going to make a go of it at the C flag. It seems like that's the one they're wanting to contest the most, not necessarily pushing for Bravo, which is surprising to me because B is a flag that you typically see held by one player. You put one of your big guns on that flag, and he can typically, if he has some good spots and has a good shot, can hold it on his own, which is pretty much what Sale is doing right now on his own. And we're seeing all of the showdowns on the C flag between Alliance and the Microbes. And it is 3 men from Alliance on the C flag. And they are actually pushing out, being aggressive, as the Microbes haven't been able to gain any footing to make a really calculated push onto a flag. It's just been kind of opportunistic flag pickups, as Alliance has been surprisingly aggressive. From what I've seen, for the most part, on most Battlefield maps and Domination, is you kind of grab 2 flags and you set up a line to hold the other team on the other flag. Zavod isn't as conducive to doing that, but we're seeing Alliance be really aggressive, despite not necessarily needing to. But I kind of like that style. I think it's throwing off the Microbes, to be honest, as they, like I said, they haven't been able to gain any footing to make a push to try and get 2 flags, which has resulted in a roughly 60 ticket deficit here in the first, I guess, 5 or so minutes of this first round. Again, it is a best of 3 rounds. Ticket doesn't necessarily matter. It's all up to rounds. It's all about winning the rounds, and that's all that matters. Although I think it does come into play if you do go to a 3rd round. The overall ticket winner of the first 2 will pick the color for the 3rd round. But with this performance, it's really looking like all Alliance, as they're about to pick up a triple cap. It's all up to Unknown, and he cannot get it done as Sale puts him away, pushing away from the B position. And this is a nice response. You're seeing Alliance, they know when they can abandon a flag. You see B was wide open there, but that's because they knew with good communication that the rest of the Microbes were on the opposite side of the map. They were isolated. There was no way they were going to get behind them at that point unless it was by spawn. So they were being calculatingly aggressive onto the A flag, which is surprising. They may be just getting away with playing with fire here, or they could be, crazy calculated, if you know what I mean. They've turned it into almost a 100-ticket lead here, so something is obviously working, and the Microbes need to switch something up because they just cannot seem to get it going. And what I think they need to do is counter aggro with aggro. I mean, at this point, they're playing too passive against the Alliance team that is just coming right at them, basically hitting them in the mouth and saying, "Hit me back! Show me your worst." And they're just not getting it, as AL has an answer for everything the Microbes have done. So let's actually just go a little FPS a little bit and see who the hot guns. Look at Loster, 22-6. Let's watch from him and see how he is mowing down the opponents. He is using the Ace-23 with the Coyote, pretty standard in the competitive scene. Oh, excuse me, a little rusty on the spectator. I apologize. He is over holding the C flag, and we're finally seeing the Microbes getting a little footing, holding AB. This is a point where they need to dig their feet in and make up some of these tickets, because they're down by almost 100. If they want any shot at taking this round, now is the time to do it. Post up, as they already lose Bravo, not looking good. And we are going to see an engagement over here on the C flag again. It's a 2-on-2 scenario. Scarface dropping through the hole all willy-nilly. He's got a teammate with him. He's just spraying and praying, blowing things up. Oh, but he gets the blow-up kill with the AK on Fury. A little mini Levolution, but he's got sleeping. It looks like that was Sale. Oh, but here comes Style with the Scar. Picks up Theory, but cannot put down the second killer. See, that's the nice thing that I think I've seen from Alliance thus far in this match. They're playing well off of each other. They're getting their trade-outs like they should. Whereas it looks like Microbes just aren't coordinated enough to really play off of each other that well. 79 to 182 here. And if you look at the frag count, it's 68 and 37 for Alliance, as opposed to 50 and 52 for Microbes. So that tells the tale here. You know, people kind of say that Battlefield 4 Domination is basically deathmatch with flags. I would disagree a little bit, but there certainly becomes a point where you cannot overcome that frag deficit. No amount of tactics or flag hopping or rotation will overcome it when you're outgunned that badly. And it's looking like this might be the case here, as Microbes are certainly struggling against a strong Alliance team led by Loster, 25-6. Nobody even close to him right now. Really impressive. Well played flank. Jay Grubb picking up an easy kill on end. And watch from Theory, who's over here on the A flag with the retake. Taking a little bit of damage and looking for the triple cap for his team. They are going to pick it up. And again, as I said earlier, Microbe's not responding quick enough to what Alliance is doing. If it's one guy taking your A flag, the only flag you have, you should have at least one guy contesting it and potentially a two-man rotate, because now you're under 3 flags with really, you're in no position to retake any of these flags, and your tickets are dwindling fast. So it's looking like this round is easily going to go to Alliance, and Microbes are going to have to rethink what they do on the alternate side. I will say they had the worst breakout side. They were on the Russian side, and they had the breakout on this side of the map, which is harder. But again, breakouts only account for a few tickets, especially on a map like Zavod, where you can't necessarily dig in. Although I will say, Alliance did get that triple cap early. But there's only so much that the breakout affords you, and it really comes down to gun skill, teamwork, and coordination. And Alliance has it in spades, while Microbes have just been a little discombobulated, a little uncoordinated. But oh! Perhaps the uber flank for Unknown fails. He gets 1 kill, can't follow up with a second. Scarface pushing on to the B flag in desperate need of a second flag to prevent this final 13 tickets from rolling out and ending this round. He's on top of the tank. Finally picks up a spray and pray kill on Killa with the AEK. The Telltale music has queued up. A flag goes under control of Alliance. It's a one-on-one showdown over there. Sale is able to take control of it, and I believe that is going to do it. But immediately we are seeing 3 from Microbes onto the E flag, or excuse me, the A flag. I keep seeing the E and wanting to say E flag, excuse me. But I think this is going to do it for this round. B is up for grabs, but it's looking like, oh no, we got 3 from Microbes over here. It's a last second stand. It's really not going to matter because tickets, aggregate tickets not a huge factor. This game is all Scarface takes a grenade to the beanbag. His teammate tries to revive him, but his body is blown to bits. Scar says, I don't want to live if I don't have my balls. So if you're Microbes, you got to be a little happy with this end of the round performance. Perhaps build a little momentum going into the next round, because again, aggregate ticket doesn't matter. If they can just turn it around and put in a better performance in this next round, they can force a 3rd round, regardless of, if they win by 1 ticket, that's all that matters to force that tiebreaker round. So you got to get that in your head. Just forget this round, which obviously they got their brains beat out, but just forget it. Try to take a little bit of positive from your good performance here at the end, holding on with just a few tickets, and hope you can turn it around on the next map with a better breakout. But that's going to do it for this first round. 146 ticket win for Alliance. Very nice performance by them. We'll have to see if the Microbes can turn it around. As we will switch it up here on Zavod 311. Thank you for tuning in. I am Mess, and this is CEVO Battlefield 4 Season 4. It's Week 3 in the group stages between 2 undefeated teams. Alliance, one of the better North American teams, and Microbes. They are I guess a South American up-and-comer. I don't know a lot about them, but they are 2-0 in their group, so they obviously know a little bit with wins over, I believe Axelit was one of the teams they beat, and I do know Axelit was pretty experienced from last season, so not too bad in the frag department, but they couldn't translate it into tickets, as AL just completely won the day on that front, and they are going to have to switch it up for this next round. And as I said in this previous round, I think what Microbes needs to do is be aggressive, kind of counter the aggressive play that Alliance gave to them with additional aggression, and maybe even some off-the-wall flanks, really around-the-world type things with multiple people. Hold your spawns to get some good spawn bombs on some open flags. As we will go live here in round 2 If Alliance can win this round, regardless of tickets, they will win the map and stay 3-0, leading their group as they try to look towards the playoffs. Microbes hoping to bounce back from that disappointing performance in round 1. And they will get the better side here on the breakout on US. Probably see a CB breakout, although maybe this is the time, as I said, to be aggressive and be unorthodox. Swoop around with 3 to that A flag and only send 2 to C and leave B open. I think you could potentially isolate them at B if you can pull that off, but I think we'll see an orthodox push here. Alliance, they really don't have too much to worry about. They really got themselves going in the previous round, playing off of each other well with the trade outs. Nice positioning and nice aggression to keep the Microbes on their back foot and not able to really counter what Alliance was doing. So here we go. About 5 seconds remaining on the countdown. We'll see the breakout here on Zavod 311. And it looks like it will be a 3-2 push from both teams. 2 for Alliance going to Alpha, 2 for Microbes going to Charlie, and it'll be a 3-man showdown at Bravo. Let's watch from Ann's perspective. He is on the front line, point man. First to get on Radius. Hops up onto a tank. He spots one in the weeds. Immediately goes prone to avoid damage. He sees an incendiary nade in the weeds next to him. Tries to catch the man peeking, but cannot do so, and he goes down. But his teammate, General TR, is there, whipping out his pistol, trying to pick up the kill, but looks like Alliance has taken control of the Bravo flag, winning the breakout, and that is not what Microbes needed. They needed to take advantage of having the better breakout side to hopefully get at least a 2 flag, maybe 3 like Alliance did in the first round. And it's looking like it might be more of the same here in the second round based on that breakout. As we were watching from And here. Oh, he picking up the multi-kill on Loster in theory, but a nade right in his grill, has to retreat. Very low on health. Picks up a 3rd kill, doing some really nice work over on the Bravo flag, defending all on his lonesome. Trying to get the revive, but he probably should have kept his gun out as Sale was over there for Alliance. But his teammate is there. Style getting revived by his teammate. It's 3 over here on B. Perhaps overcommitted, as Alliance has responded admirably to push onto the C flag and take control of it. It's an AC hold for Alliance, 229 to 236. First ticket lead of the game for the Microbes, so that's got to be a morale booster. But they're going to have to hold fast against, I think, this hotter gun, more coordinated team in Alliance, as we see Scarface going down. That's a 2-piece. Oh, you should not have switched to your pistol there, Grub. Well, he might have been out of bullets. I did not watch his ammo, but he could have got a nice 3-piece there. Couldn't quite pull through. But a decent trade out there, as we finally see Microbes with a mass push onto the C flag, looking to just zerg in order to take it. But as you see them do that, the overcommitment onto that flag leaves B open, which gets taken. Although they they did the right thing. They rotated to A. They didn't overcommit too much to C. They sent enough guys to take the flag and then sent a couple to the A flag to maintain their 2-flag control. They have lost the lead, and we're seeing a push from Alliance onto the A flag. Looking for a revive is Grub. He's on Radius. Search and destroy mode, trying to find a kill, but I don't think anybody's there. It looks like, yes, the Microbes have already abandoned it, and they might have themselves under another triple cap. I don't understand their philosophy here. They've done a decent job in this round at retaking flags, but where they fail is in holding them. You see, even with the aggressive style of Alliance, they've held at least 1 person back on each flag. And that's not necessarily to prevent them from actually taking the flag, but it's more of a early warning system to let your team know, hey, where are they at and how many are there? Is there 1 pushing onto me, or is there 2, 3, the whole team? Because then your team can react accordingly to what that player is telling you. And we're not really seeing that from the Microbes. Although they finally, not finally, I was going to say, perhaps got themselves out under that triple cap, but holding fast is Alliance on a map that is very difficult to hold all 3 flags because they are in such odd positions and spread out with lots of cover in between. and not really seeing enough of a sense of urgency, in my opinion, from the microbes to retake these flags. You certainly don't want to push willy-nilly and not be calculated about it, but I don't think they've taken advantage of when flags have been open or maybe covered by one player. Perhaps their communication is not quite good enough to where they know the numbers on the flags, but that is something they're going to need to improve on to compete at the highest levels of Battlefield 4, because that's really what it comes down to. I mean, everyone has decent gun skill. It's all about positioning and rotations in this game. And we're seeing Alliance doing a better job of responding to what microbes are doing, being much more proactive and less reactionary, as we see Killa picking up the headshot with the Scar H from close range. Typically a long-range gun, but hey, that thing does so much damage. When you get in someone's grill, you can brush your teeth with it. He is being aggressive, moving over to the C flag to reinforce it, as it is still a BC hold for Alliance. They had the triple cap for quite some time. Microbes only able to pick up A, but not for long, as they are now concentrating their efforts onto the C flag. We see and with the push, can't quite get the pickup on Killa. They're playing possum. Finally gets the spray and pray around the corner, trying to revive. He does revive his teammate, and they will take control of the C flag. But of course, we already see a quick response from Alliance. We're watching Theory being aggressive with that AK, laying down some serious fire. He's got 2 more teammates with him. And again, just too fast on their responses, our Alliance. We're seeing Theory. He actually had the right thing in mind. Knew B was open, was going to head over there to reinforce it. And I don't understand what microbes are doing. Look, B is wide open. You need to be on radius, preferably with both of these guys and Scarface. But instead, they decided to send one, although they do get the spawn. So they will take the B flag with the quickness. But if you're going to make that move towards B, you need to make it a little quicker there. So we're going to watch from Killa, perhaps going to try the retake on the C flag. Gets caught with his pants down by General TR. Switching to J-Grub. Sees his teammate down across the way. And kind of slow playing it here as we're seeing a bunch of fire down. And finally, we do see the microbes taking a 2 flag control. But how long will it last? Style taking out Sail with a nice kill. But there's 2 more pushing on him. He gets a friendly spawn. Has to retreat. And it looks like Loster cleaned up his teammate that spawned on him as he had retreated, and they will take control of the C flag. And that's not something you really want to see when you are down and got smashed in the first round. You don't want to be retreating. You want to be aggressive, put it on them, get some confidence, get some big kills that maybe aren't the smart play, but the ballsy play to get yourself psyched up and get something going in this game, because right now, Microbes being completely outclassed by Alliance. We're seeing about even kills. Loster definitely not keeping up the pace that he had in the previous round when he dropped nearly a 30 bomb. But just even kill for the Alliance team. Solid frags all around, although not quite the disparity that we saw in the previous map. But still, Microbes in the negative. Not able to keep up with the guns of Alliance. Let's check a look at where the action is going. There's just so much rotations on Zavod. It's kind of hard to keep up with everything. Let's actually use some of the free cam function. I apologize, I have not used this much. It actually is new, and we can do this neat thing where, hey, that's Killa. Let's watch from Killa. Now let's go back to the free cam. Killa is going to push into the warehouse. He's right above yellow. Takes out one. I believe that is General TR. Probably going to push over to A flag. No, actually chooses to go down in dark where his teammate is there. Perhaps a showdown over on C. We're watching from tubes. And Loster goes down to, who is that? That is Style. But see, this is what I'm talking about. You got a frag, and then you're just kind of sitting on it in a position that really affords your team nothing. You're sitting on the peripheral of 2 flags that you don't control and not making a move on it after you get a kill. It kind of defeats the purpose of that frag if you don't try to leverage it for something. And that's really what Microbes have done. It looks like they're just looking for frags while neglecting the flags and paying the ultimate price for it as the triple cap is on. We've only seen Alliance lose 8... Well, no, I think it started at 250, excuse me. But it is 192 to 63. A thorough shellacking here in the second round to follow up the first round beatdown, unfortunately. And Microbes has a little work to do, I think, on their teamwork. They certainly have decent guns, but don't have the coordination on the just for the meta domination meta. Holding flags, when to push, when to be aggressive, when to hold back. Just kind of lacking in that department. We'll see another opportunistic kill for General TR, but a trade out by Alliance, and that coordination is what really pays off in this game. Potentially, especially in ticket-based, because every frag, every death is a ticket lost. And when you can get those reses and you can play off of each other, and you can snowball just off frags alone into some ticket wins, you know? Just seeing Style picking up an opportunistic kill on Sale, and that's really what I've seen for the most part from Micros. They've been picking up opportunistic kills, but not necessarily a coordinated push where they're playing off each other. Though we do see two of them pushing up on the A. Let's see what they can make of it here. They desperately need a flag if they want to potentially force a tiebreaker, but as their last 30 tickets dwindle away, with 183 still on the board for Lions, it's not looking at all possible. So we switch over to Killer, who is over on the B flag, which is getting contested by one. It is Scarface. He has a friendly teammate over there. They will take control of it. But already Alliance has responded and taken control of A. It's an AC hold, so it's looking like Microbes are in position to take Alpha. If they can get on this flag quickly, they might be able to burn some tickets down. But it's looking pretty much just like the previous round, where they actually made a nice stand with their last 15 or so tickets. It ultimately didn't matter because Alliance, knowing they have so many tickets to play with, they just play smart, get some frags, get a retake, and ultimately dwindle down those final tickets. And that's looking like more of the same here. Finally, the Microbes taking control of 2 flags, but they only have 12 tickets left. 171 on the board for Alliance. If they want to force a tiebreaker, they have to whittle all these tickets down without losing theirs. Not likely, folks. Possible, but really improbable. The General TR with a spray and break, picking up an assist with his teammate. Just kind of wandering around, not really setting up. Kind of discombobulated are they, but they are managing to maintain control of 2 flags. And I like this aggression from Ann heading over to the B flag. He's got to think that eventually someone is going to push, as we see J-Grub picking up a kill and pushing on to the wide open Alpha flag. But it's a triple cap in the closing minutes of this round and the game for Microbes, waiting for the last few tickets to really turn it on. And Alliance, you know, they're not worried. You know, they've got plenty of tickets left to win this round. And even if by some crazy chance they do lose, they still have a 3rd round. So certainly not something that they have to be concerned about, but at a certain point you really need to put your boot on the throat. That's what I was trying to say. Put your boot on their throat, and in this game, you had it in the bag for a long time. You just can't close it out. Those Microbes are just hanging in there. And it's looking like we're probably going to see a 4 to 5 man push by Alliance through tubes, possibly lower. Looks like they're going lower for the C flag. C flag is open. We've got 2 prone, hanging on to things. General TR coming in to reinforce as both his teammates get taken down. That's Jake Grubb and Sale coming in. And it looks like this is probably going to do it. Loster is there to clean things up. Going to take control of that C flag. And that will do it. Not quite the win that they had in the previous round. Roughly 150 some tickets. But still, a comfortable win for Alliance on round 2. Taking the 2-0 win on Zavod 311 over the Microbes. Alliance improves to 3-0 in their group, while the Microbes take their first defeat to the much stronger Alliance.